Hello everyone. I want to introduce this video to you about the budgeting module of SwiftCloud ERP for testing. Yeah, I've already added it to the accounting module of SwiftCloud ERP, and to add is just simply going to my menu and then selecting the budgeting module, then adding it to the accounting module. So I won't need to do that in this video, but it's added. So let me show you how it works. So firstly, let me just explain how the budgeting module works. So it's a way of a company creating projected income and expense items, and then that helps them to generally plan. Then the other aspect is budget performance, which is trying to compare what the projections were with the actual revenue generated and the income generated. So for this module, I can say it's about 70% done, because the budgeting aspect is done. It's the performance aspect that requires an update, because that means it needs to be integrated with anything income, expenses, requisition, and things like that. So let's get started. So when we get to the budgeting page, you have two links here: create new and then budget category. So let me explain what budget categories is, because this is where you start. You need to create all your budget categories before you start creating the specific budget items. So budgeting categories are how you want to how do you want to break down or categorize your budgetary items. Now, I'm assuming as a software company, we have certain things that generate revenue for us, just as we have things that lead to expenses. So, as a sample, I just created two budget categories, right? One of them is software. When I click software, I added subcategories into it, like hospital software, Swift software, so that we can now specifically say, okay, we're expecting to make X amount of money over this period of time from the hospital software. We're expecting to make Y amount of money from SwiftCloud ERP. So you can keep adding, categories like that. Then, and you can see the software is on the revenue side, and then marketing is on the expense side. So under marketing, we are saying Google Ads and then press releases. So I think the key thing to mention here is the project categories doesn't really, you can add both revenue and expenditure items all in one place. The key thing is just create your budget category, whatever the name is, you just type it in, whether it's an expense or revenue item, you type in the name in, include the details, and upon saving, of course, it takes you to this page where it's going to add it. Then you click the specific name you just created, and you can now start adding categories to it, just like I did in this place. So I don't need to do that practically. So this is it. So having created these two categories, I just want to create budget items based on that. So with this, I need to get back to the budget itself. The budget page, and I can create new. So I had created a budget named March 2024 budget, and these are the fields I need to. Let me just click create new so that you see the fields. You need to put in the name of the budget. I think the president said the name of this budget is the budget of is it budget of hope, budget of whatever name you want to call it. Each budget also has a cycle, which is the start date and the end date. But for corporate organizations, so it might be, some companies do annual budget, so they can just call it 2024 financial year budget. Some people do budgets per month, so it might be January 2024 budget, depending on how you want to name it. So that's what I just did there. So I created March 2024 budget. So upon creating the budget, I can now click the name of the budget to get to the details page, where I can now start inserting income and expenditure items. And upon doing that, at the bottom, I can now search by all revenue items or expenditure items. I can view all items together, and I can also click to see the performance of the budget. Then we also have download to Excel button here to enable you download the entire budget to Excel. At the top, you can still delete all, delete revenue, delete expenses. So this video is getting too long. In the next video, I'm going to create the new income and new expense items, and we'll see how things pan out. Thank you.